Welcome, Tanzi, bonjour, to the First Nations Health Managers Association's virtual celebration of all health workers across Canada. We celebrate the hard work and sacrifice of frontline health workers who strive every day to make a difference and support Indigenous communities, especially now as we face the COVID-19 pandemic together. Today's celebration includes special guests, National Chief Perry Bellegarde, Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, and hockey star Carey Price. Musical guests, Crystal Shawanda, Logan Statz, Adrian Sutherland of Midnight Shine, and more. We will also recognize the Certified First Nations Health Managers Class of 2020 and the winner of the CFHI Award of Excellence. So glad you could join us. And now your host, Marion Crow.
From the traditional territory of many nations, including the Mississaugas of the Credit, the Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, the Haudenosaunee, and the Wendat peoples, welcome to the First Nations Health Managers Association virtual celebration to thank, honor healthcare workers and frontline across Turtle Island. Thank you for joining us and welcoming us into your territories. Tanse, my name is Marion Crow, and I will be your host for today's celebration. I have had the humbling privilege and honor of serving as the Chief Executive Officer since opening our doors 10 years ago. I am a proud Cree woman from the Pye Pot First Nation, Treaty 4 territory in Saskatchewan, and I am a certified First Nations health manager. During the celebration, you will hear from leaders, influencers, decision makers, and your peers, athletes from all across Turtle Island. Indigenous musicians will perform for us, and our event will culminate with the presentation of the CFHI Excellence in Health Leadership Award, and of course, the convocation of the 2020 Certified First Nations Health Managers. We are here today to share our love, our support, and our gratitude to everyone supporting our nations in keeping us safe and well. This celebration is for you to acknowledge your tireless efforts and to let you know that we wrap you in love and we hold you up. I invite you to browse the website from which we are broadcasting, learn more about what we are doing today and how you can support our efforts to provide essential personal protective equipment, or PPE as we've all come to learn, in all First Nations across the country. Let's not leave anyone unmasked and without the essentials of care that we all need. Elder Pat Green will kick off our event with an opening prayer and comments. I recently had the pleasure of going to his territory where he and his beautiful wife, Linda Plain, welcomed me and spent time sharing a smudge, songs, and stories. Now let's go over to you, Elder Green.
My Canada revenue name is Pat Green. My real name is Chideha. And what that talks about is he walks even. And I've spent my whole life working in our communities, and I spent my whole life finding out about ceremonies and being who we are, searching and sharing. There's so much I want to share with you. I wish we had hours and hours and hours. I usually tell people I wish we had a year and a half to deal with what we have to deal with, because it's taken me 69 years to find these things out for myself and how to process that within myself. My thinking, my emotions, my spirit, and my body, and how to keep those things safe and how to keep those things in balance. There's so much I want to share with you, but the time is really short. I hope that it doesn't make everything short. I want to tell you how much I appreciate you frontline workers on my reserve and all the other Native communities across Canada and United States that are going through this. When I first had to come to realization about this COVID thing, I got really scared. I got really nervous because now I have to cut off my friends. I have to cut off the people I have to work with. I have to cut off my family and just to isolate and be within myself and be within my immediate family. And that was a scary process. But over the years, ceremony has taught me that, we have to do that every once in a while. And I likened it to our fasting ceremonies. And I remembered my first fast. I went to the bush. I spent 4 days out there. I spent 4 days in the dark. And at first it was scary and it was uncomfortable. But over the 4 days, I start recognizing what was really, really important in food, water, physical comfort, emotional comfort, spiritual comfort, intellectual comfort, and I was isolated. And what I found was that if I didn't provide that for myself, it's going to be hard for me to provide those for other things other people while I'm out there doing my work in the communities. So over the 4 days, I became more and more relaxed because I didn't have to focus on everybody else. I didn't have to fix anybody else. It was my time alone to look at my relationships with myself, with my family, with my community. And in that, I started recognizing that the levels of stress that we have to deal with on a day-to-day basis is what causes dis-ease in the way we think, causes dis-ease in the way we feel, causes dis-ease in our spirit, and causes dis-ease in our physical being. And over that time in the fasting lodge, I learned how to let go of my need to fix the world. I give that back to Creator, Seguin Diesel, Creator, George, Bill, God, whoever. Then I give that back to our community, because we have our chiefs, we have our clan mothers, we have those people who's at their responsibility to be the buffers between us and the rest of the world. And then I had to come back to my family. As much as I loved them, I found that I was carrying my family on my back, my sisters, my brothers, my mother, my father, and not allowing them to exist and experience, trying to keep them too safe and hovering over them. And I had to give that back. And when I got to myself, I started recognizing there is no stress. And with that, it really relieved my body, it relieved my mind, it relieved my spirit and my emotions. And that's why I said I wish I had a lot of time to practice these things with you, because it turns into an art. And the more we practice these things, the more we go to ceremonies, the more we listen to our elders, the more we get out there and experience our world, land back, our connection to our Mother, the Earth. Those are the things that keep us sane. Those are the things that keep us in balance. And when we start losing that and living in the cities and living in those high skyscrapers, we tend to start losing our connection to the earth. Albeit we live in cities, but one of the grandmothers says, I walked down through the city and I walked past this park and there was grass in there. There was trees. And at the end of that street, there was a lake. And she talked about all these sacred places that we have. And we have to travel miles and miles and miles to these sacred places. And then she said she suddenly realized that no matter where we are, it's sacred. And that really helped me with all the things that I was going through. And I hope that these things help you to realize where you are and your responsibilities to yourself, to relieve yourself of the stresses, to relieve yourself of the fears and the anxieties that come with that, and to appreciate today, appreciate where you are today, and your family, and your community, and the rest of the world. I just wish we had a lot more time. And I want to thank you for the work that you're doing out there. I think you're doing a fantastic job. And I just want to remind you that our medicines were never meant to be remedial. Our medicines were to be preventive. And I know that when we go back to our medicines and go back to our teachings, it will show us how to get there. And I'm not saying that you're not. I would never ever say that. But we can work together with science, our teachings, our ways. We can work with modern day technology, modern day ways of doing things, but blend them with our own. And we all have something. We all have that medicine, and the elders have it. And I really believe that when we get comfortable with ourselves, that our blood memory will show us. When we put our sema down, we ask that medicine. We give that medicine permission to help us. We guide that medicine on how to help us. So the power is within ourselves and just the knowledge that we accumulate over our lifetime. So keep up the good work. I wish I was there to help you smudge every day. I wish that we could spend time together in the sweat lodge and in the fasting ceremonies, the sun dance, and all of our ceremonies. I wish we could be there for that. But again, this is what we're going through. Is the same thing that our ceremonies are asking us to do, to go within ourselves. So thank you very much for allowing me to be part of this. And let's do it.
From the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, the FNHMA team, which I really think of as family, stepped up and we became a leading national First Nation organization providing reliable, credible, and timely information and support for health managers, all levels of government, national and regional First Nation groups, and for communities and nations. We have been seeing and hearing about the dedication and commitment of healthcare and frontline workers from coast to coast to coast. And today, we are here to celebrate and honor you. We need to take a moment to thank the sponsors of making this celebration of you possible. Thank you to the Canadian Red Cross, the Canadian Foundation for Healthcare Improvement, Canadian Patient Safety Institute, Emergent Biosolutions Canada, Thunderbird Partnership Foundation, NationTalk, IH Today, TC Energy, MNP, BMO Bank of Montreal, Canada Health Infoway, Canadian Institute for Health Information, the Cree Board of Health and Social Services of James Bay, and Anishinaabe Printing. Our first two guests today need no introduction, and I am very pleased that they both took the time from their incredibly busy schedules to speak to us. Our first message comes from Perry Bellegarde, our National Chief of the Assembly of First Nations, and his video will be followed by a message from the Honorable Prime Minister Justin Trudeau.
Welcome to the First Nations Health Managers Association's virtual celebration. Today we celebrate our First Nations health leaders and frontline support workers for keeping us all healthy. I'm so excited to be sharing this opportunity to say thank you to you all with Ministers Mark Miller and Carolyn Bennett and Carey Price, who is one of my favorite hockey players. Even though he plays for the Montreal Canadiens, I'm a devoted Leafs fan. From the comfort of our living rooms, our home offices, our dining rooms, and our kitchens right across the country, we gather today to honor you, our health workers. And though things might look a little different this year, that in no way diminishes the importance of celebrating the achievements of each and every one of you. The leadership and resilience so many of you have shown in the face of fear, exhaustion, tragedy, and so many unknowns are astounding. I lift you up and honor your commitment, your dedication, and your sacrifice. Congratulations to you, Marion Crow, and to the First Nations Health Managers Associations for 10 years of service. What an historic milestone. This wonderful organization has succeeded in providing leadership in First Nations health management activities and creating the foundation of care for First Nations by First Nations that is professional, that is accredited, and of the highest quality. Our Assembly of First Nations is proud of the partnership between our two organizations. Thank you to the devoted health workers who are steering us through not only the COVID-19 pandemic, but also many other problems that have only been exacerbated by the virus. We have never needed you more. You keep us safe while putting yourselves in harm's way each day. We thank you and we honor you. The response by the First Nations Health Managers Association to the COVID-19 pandemic has been remarkable. Ensuring the safety of our peoples, whether they be on the reserve, in the heart of our nations, or in the urban environment, is one of the utmost priorities. The First Nations Health Managers Association has done just that through groundbreaking initiatives like InfoPoint. This allows First Nations health managers to access and share vital and credible information on the pandemic as it happens. The benefits of this were astounding during those first chaotic months. Community spread among First Nations was very limited, and your work and the public education you provided has made an enormous difference. First Nations health managers like yourselves are leaders. You uphold the inherent ways of knowing while balancing management principles to bring excellence to your nations. You represent the commitment to our past by honoring our traditional ways and medicines while practicing the very best of modern medicine and care. It takes no shortage of bravery to walk this challenging and demanding path. You represent Indigenous excellence, and knowing that we've got talent like you in our healthcare systems fills me with pride and gives me hope for the future of First Nations controlled healthcare. Today, I would especially like to celebrate the newly certified First Nations health managers. Congratulations. Your hard work has paid off, and we value and we honor you. We need you now more than ever before. A special congratulations as well to Bella Pedawabano on receiving the Canadian Foundation for Healthcare Improvement Leadership Award. Leading through difficult times. I'm sure that I speak for everyone when I say that we are all proud of your successes in the face of such strange and challenging times. Indeed, this year has proven to be just that, a challenge. Not only have we struggled against a global pandemic that has forced us to give up so much, we have shut down our economies, closed our borders, and even brought in curfews to keep our people safe. We have endured heightened racism and colonial violence aimed at First Nations on the ground and in our healthcare and justice systems. And yet through it all, we have persevered and we're able to emerge even stronger. There's a well-known saying in politics, never let a good crisis go to waste. That applies to pandemics and racial conflicts as well. We have a unique opportunity right now to figure out what works and what doesn't, and to rid ourselves of systems and structures that no longer serve us well. We will continue to demand the implementation of the Truth and Reconciliation Commission's calls to action on health to ensure that Indigenous peoples are afforded their right to health care that is free from discrimination. The First Nations Health Managers Association plays an essential role in putting these calls to action into practice and ultimately eliminating racism in the healthcare system. Though things may seem bleak, there is hope to be found in many places and gratitude to be felt in actions both big and small. I see beautiful acts of kindness every single day in the way that our communities and our families and our nations are showing up for each other. There's unwavering support for the success of First Nations peoples in all fields. We are taking up space and achieving greatness in everything from literature to construction to medicine. And the delegates that we are here to celebrate today are all fantastic examples of that greatness. First Nations are resilient and we are thriving. That simple fact gives me hope. Our future is bright. So today, let's take this moment to celebrate and honor our health directors. We are so thankful for your skills and hard work. And more than that, we are thankful for you. First Nations health workers keep us strong, healthy, and able. I thank you and I honor you. And now, without further ado, let's hand out some awards. Eguse, kailangan continuar.
Hello everyone. Bonjour à tous. Kwe, Tansi, Ulukut. Today, we thank Indigenous healthcare workers across the country. This year hasn't been easy for anyone. And I know that it's been particularly tough for those working on the front lines in this fight against COVID-19. Chaque jour, vous mettez vos vies en danger pour assurer la santé et la sécurité des communautés autochtones. Et vous méritez toute notre gratitude pour les services que vous rendez et le dévouement dont vous faites preuve. We want you to know that we will always be here to support health workers through the pandemic. And as we continue to deal with the impacts of this crisis, we will continue to work with Indigenous communities to make sure you have the tools and support needed to fight the virus. Today, we're also celebrating the newly certified health directors who've achieved the First Nations Healthcare Managers Association designation. This is a challenging but important time to get involved in healthcare. So thank you for stepping up and congratulations on your new certification. Together, we can and we will beat this virus and build a better Canada for everyone. Thank you. Merci. Miigwech. Nakumik. Marcy.
Wow, the heartfelt messages from our leaders are thoughtful, inspirational, and in the true tone of support and leadership. Thank you both for making the time to celebrate our healthcare and frontline workers. Ready for some music? Our next guests are musical performers. Twin Flames are a multi-award winning, chart-topping Indigenous artists who build bridges across cultures, continents, and styles. This husband and wife duo of Chelsea June, Métis Algonquin Cree from Ottawa, and Jaji Inuk Mohawk from Nunavik are long celebrated for their sonic landscape spanning Canada, the Arctic, and honoring their ancestors. They are twice recipients of a Canadian Folk Music Award for Aboriginal Songwriters of the Year and 3 times Native American Music Award winners. Using unique sounds, Indigenous spirit flutes, traditional drums, and Western instruments synthesizing harmonies, they sing in English, Inuktitut, French, and Algonquin.
This song is called Plain Song. It's about being proud of who you are and where you come from, no matter where that is. Hi, 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 hi. 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 Put in our place, told we'd belong. Scared to speak up, scared we'd be wrong. What if in that moment we stood tall? Refused to surrender, refused to fall. Hi, 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 hi. 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 Dare to reach out, don't feel alone. stand proud and sing it. Hi, 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 hi. 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 Dare to stand out, don't be the same. So like the eagle in your veins. Be proud of who you are and what remains. Look in the mirror and sing. Hi, 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 hi. 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 Listen to the voice that's deep inside. The one that tells you not to hide. Don't follow the path that lies ahead. Make your own road instead. Stand proud and sing it. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi. Hi, 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 hi.
Hi, hi, Twin Flames, for that beautiful performance. There is something so very special about an outdoor performance and being on the land. This celebration of honoring, celebrating, and thanking you, the healthcare workers and frontlines, has been produced with the support of many organizations, and our next video is courtesy of our platinum sponsor, the Canadian Red Cross. It has been the beginning of a beautiful partnership and friendship. We began the journey together in response to the COVID-19 efforts. Canadian Red Cross has been supporting our nations in many ways for several decades. When we are in times of need, we can count on the deployment they do, like the one in Manitoba most recently. Canadian Red Cross, thank you for your work as well.
Haishka Khel su angestoket, not to squidgel. Gielsen su mok, and there at that year, squat in the tongue, Husanich tongue at that year. Sottle airlings, da, squat in the tongue, squat in the airlings, yam. Haishka su mok on there. I couldn't squananga su mok, none of the eat su chuck stray, ice and stray su mokela. None of the eat, Haishka. In my language, I was welcoming you to the territory of Saanich. Sartlip First Nation is where we're on. I wanted to acknowledge all of you for doing what you do, helping our people in this time of COVID. We know that we're all trying to be careful, trying to help, trying to assist, trying to do what you do, and that's to help our people. So welcome to all of you. Thank you for participating. Haishka siya.
Tanse Ki'awa, Maskus Nitanis Ki'awa. My name is Shelley Cardinal, and I'm Cree First Nations, and I'm here today on Lekwungen and Senchothan speaking people's territory. And I am really, we are thrilled to be part of the First Nations Health Managers Conference. We are thrilled that, that the conference, even though it's virtually happening, at least we're coming together and it is happening. We really miss you on Lekwungen territory this year. We were so looking forward to you being here and being in this beautiful space. And I love that, just in this moment that we can show you a part of that and that we can at least virtually welcome you here to this area of the Salish People's Territory. Hi.
I'm Sarah Burke, and I work for the Canadian Red Cross, and I am a settler to Canada. I always say that Canada is my home, where my children were born, but Wales is my homeland, where I was born. And like Shelley, we are close colleagues, and we get to work on this same beautiful territory of Lekwungen. And I wanted to say thank you very much, Marion, and your team for giving us the chance to be part of this amazing conference. So from the team here at Red Cross, we're so excited to be watching this virtual event and learning from you all. Thank you.
What a beautiful video. Thanks, Canadian Red Cross, for your tremendous support. We look forward to gathering in Victoria for our next in-person conference. Our next message is one from a partner and friend of FNHMA, the Thunderbird Partnership Foundation. Thank you for your support in joining this tremendous day of celebrating our healthcare and frontline workers during this event.
Sometimes it's really hard to find the right words to fully express our appreciation for the work you do as a front line in First Nations communities. But today we have 4 that we want to share to support you in the work that you do.
Hope is believing in life after COVID.
Belonging is strength through family and community.
Meaning is what drives you to care as much as you do.
Purpose is what you found supporting wellness in our communities.
From all of us at Thunderbird Partnership Foundation, Miigwech!
Miigwech Carol for the Thunderbird Partner Foundation team, an FNHMA partner, for your kind message and for your sponsorship of this celebration. Before moving on to our next video, I would like to share with you that we have a free resource for your health and wellness planning process. Developing Health and Wellness Plans, a guide for First Nations, developed by a National First Nation health organization. This new direction signals a change to approach, one that honors and respects the experience and inherent wisdom of First Nations health managers. Check out our website at fnhma.ca for more information. And now, our next musical performance is from Brothers Wild. Brothers Wild are Anishinaabe from Kettle and Stony Point First Nation in Ontario. They are brothers, Nolan and Ethan, and their dad, Garnet Wild, plays bass in their band. In 2019, they were awarded 2019 International New Country Duo of the Year at the North American Country Music Association's International Finals in Tennessee. They will soon be traveling to Nashville to record their first full-length album with Crystal Shawanda as their producer. Enjoy this song titled From the Heart, which will be featured on their album coming out next year.
Walking around in my mind all night, I'm racing and tracing my own thoughts, thinking about a story to write. My mom once asked me, does it come from the heart? So I took those words, I put them in a song, and this is the best part. Does it come from the heart? I love you. Something means more than all we can live. So next time when I sing it, you can ask yourself this: does it come from the heart? Does it come from the heart when I say I love you? Something means more than we all can relate. So next time when I sing, you can ask yourself this: does it come from the heart? From the Brothers Wild and from the bottom of our heart, we want to give a special thank you to all healthcare workers across Canada for doing your thing during this global pandemic that none of us could have prepared for. For a while, the world seemed like it was in a crazy place, but because of you all, you've kept it in order, kept everyone safe and healthy, and told us what to do. And so for that, we thank you very much, and we love you very much. From the Brothers Wild. Peace out.
Thank you, Brothers Wild, for that wonderful gift of music. Our next two messages were sent to us from two beautiful women and leaders from the Assembly of First Nations. We hold you up. Regional Chief Marlene Poitras of Alberta and Regional Chief Kluwadi Adamak of the Yukon.
Thank you to all the healthcare workers for your hard work and your dedication and your leadership during this difficult and unprecedented times. Your commitment to keep us safe is to be commended. Thank you very much.
Danche, hello, congratulations. To all the healthcare workers who are participating in this virtual celebration, we hold our hands up to you. Ganach Chish for all you do. The heavy lifting on the ground during this unprecedented time. People have continued to stay safe because of the work that you do every single day. I want to acknowledge all of you for your leadership, for showing up for our people, and certainly want to thank you for all that you continue to do during this very, very hard and unprecedented time. I want to give a special shout out to, of course, the students, and of course, this year's Award of Excellence winner. Congratulations. Of course, this is a moment where we hold each other up. This is a moment where we look to one another for that support and that leadership to get us through. And we so thank you for everything that you do and your support in this very new and different rhythm. With that, wishing you all the best from the Yukon region, from the north, Ganach Chish, and enjoy this very special moment. Thank you.
My name is Toby Mitchell. I am a district chief with the Mohawk Council of Akwesasne, where I am one of our health portfolio holders, as well as the co-chair for the Ontario Chiefs Committee on Health. We are very fortunate in Akwesasne and in all of our communities to have dedicated health professionals who have been working around the clock to make sure that we all stay healthy during these trying times. I don't know how any of you manage to take care of not only yourselves and your families, but the rest of our communities. So for everything that you do, Nyawakoa.
Chief Mitchell, so good to see you, and thank you for your continued support. Today is about thanking and honoring health workers. I'd like to take a moment to tell you about these incredible individuals. A First Nation health manager is someone who works in a First Nation community or tribal council and has the responsibility for the management of health human resources, financial resources, and health programs. They might also provide leadership and direction around resource planning, change management, and health and social program delivery. They may also make a manager of a community health facility, addiction treatment center, or a health center and health programs. Titles used to designate a First Nations health manager includes CEO, like myself, health director, health coordinator, health manager, health and social services director, and executive director. Whatever your title is, we sincerely thank you. Health managers, health directors, nurses, doctors, mental health workers, diabetes workers, community health reps, Indian residential school workers, custodians, child care workers, maternal child health workers, midwives, personal support workers, and the public servants who work alongside us, including hospital workers. I think you get the picture of who we're thanking today. If you are providing an essential service, this celebration is for you. We need to ensure that these heroes have all the personal protective equipment, or PPE, that they require, and we can help. For the past few years at our conferences, we have collected donations from participants and remitted these in full to a First Nation organization located where the conference is being held to thank them for welcoming us into their territory. While we can't be together in person this year, we feel that this activity is important, and we hope that you will continue the spirit of donating generously. This year, we have identified VIO volunteers as the organization that we will support, and your donations will support their efforts to supply PPE to all Indigenous communities across Turtle Island. You will hear from the president of VIO in a message a little bit later. And I see that all of you are looking at the donations, and donating is very easy. Simply press on the green Support Now button at the top of your screen, select the donation amount, and then follow the simple steps. You can have some fun doing this by adding a message and uploading a photo or image. And I see many of you are doing that now. Thank you so much. And now, here's some information about FNHMA's Info Point. Created by your First Nations Health Managers Association, we introduce Info Point, a convenient and accessible helpful desk for First Nations health managers looking for credible sources of information on COVID-19. Don't have time to dig? Talk to a real person now at 1-855-446-2719 or email infopoint@fnhma.ca. Indigenous Health Today is another resource of information by region at ihtoday.ca. Thanks to the FNHMA staff who are answering those phones and emails from the people in need of accurate, reliable, and relevant information. Our next message is from another sponsor of our event today, Emergent Biosolutions. Sincere thanks for your continued support.
Hello, my name is Patrick Guju, and on behalf of Emergent Biosolutions, I bring greetings and gratitude for the frontline healthcare workers. During this unprecedented time, when the opioid crisis is being exacerbated by the COVID-19 pandemic, your care, compassion, and leadership are critical for the health and well-being of the people you serve. Emergent Biosolutions is committed to continuing our support to you by making available Narcan, the intranasal naloxone, by offering training support related to the opioid crisis, and by continuing to coming alongside Indigenous health leaders to identify innovative solutions for the betterment of the health of all Indigenous peoples.
Fun fact, at our national conference in Banff, this sponsor donated naloxone nasal spray to all of our delegates. Thank you, Patrick, and Emergent Biosolutions for your support, and thank you, health workers. I think we're ready for some more music. Our next musical video is from Amanda Reaume. Amanda is a recipient of a 2014 Canadian Folk Music for Aboriginal Songwriter of the Year Award, as well as a Juno Award nomination for Aboriginal Album of the Year. She has long employed her music as a force for good, as shown by 3 trips to Afghanistan to perform for Canadian military personnel, plus visits to the Alert Base in Canada's far north and the Indigenous community of Attawapaskat. Amanda co-founded Babes for Breasts, an initiative that through concerts and recording projects raised much needed funds for breast cancer charities across Canada. Enjoy the music of Amanda Rayom.
Don't hide my heart like I did before. Don't keep it locked behind closed doors. Break it free to go outside, where I don't feel I have to hide. Can't go outside anyway. I'm learning how to breathe again. I'm better than I've ever been. I don't have to change for no one else. I'm learning how to love myself. Yeah, I'm alright, just living in the skin I'm in. I don't hold on to the past. I don't carry chains or wear a mask. I found someone to hold my hand. She loves me for who I am. I'm learning how to breathe again. I'm better than I've ever been. I don't have to change for no one else. I'm learning how to love myself. Yeah, I'm alright, just living in the skin I'm in. Every day, little less lying to myself. Yes, I'm trying and stay brave, stay brave. Every day, I'm fighting, but I'm okay. Yeah, we're okay. I'm learning how to breathe again. I'm better than I've ever been. Don't have to change for no one else. I'm learning how to love myself. Yeah, I'm alright, just living in the skin I'm in. Thanks, guys. See you real soon.
Thank you, Amanda, for that beautiful song. Our next message is from the Aboriginal People's Television Network. But before we share their message, I sincerely thank APTN for their support with weekly FNHMA town halls and for being there to support our messages information, and you, our healthcare workers, since day one of this unprecedented time. Thank you, APTN Miigwech.
If you need a helping hand, I'll do all that I can. If you think you run on empty, I can bring something to carry you along. You are not alone.
Our next message of thanks, love, and gratitude to you, our frontline workers, is from two of our sponsors, the Canadian Foundation for Healthcare Improvement and the Canadian Patient Safety Institute. FNHMA has been proud partners with both of these organizations, and we look forward to our continued work under their newly formed amalgamation.
From everyone at the Canadian Foundation for Healthcare Improvement and the Canadian Patient Safety Institute,
thank you, frontline workers.
Here is some more love for all frontline workers. This next message is from the Canadian Institute for Health Information.
Greetings. I'm Jean Harvey from the Canadian Institute for Health Information, or CIHI for short. I'm so pleased to be here today as we celebrate the First Nations peoples working in helping professions. We thank you so much for your dedication to ensuring that cultural safety is a living concept and the recognition that health is a gift to us all. Congratulations to you all, and thanks from CIHI.
The next video message of thanks that you will hear from is from sponsor, but more than that, it is from a dear friend, strong supporter of FNHMA, and one who always steps up to support nations across Turtle Island. FNHMA has been a proud partner of NationTalk for 8 years. Don Barraclough, member of Peguis First Nation and NationTalk President and CEO, shares his words of love now.
Take 22.
Number 22. On this special occasion, I want to add my voice to the many joining us today to express heartfelt thanks to each and every one of you for your care, your courage, and your service to our people and our nations. Over these past many months, we at NationTalk have had a front row seat to witness and learn firsthand about the incredible dedication, energy, and compassion you, our frontline workers, bring to work each and every day. My heart is full. On behalf of the team at NationTalk and Indigenous Health Today, I want to tell you what a privilege it has been to do our part to bring you the information you need to help you do your job and to make it possible to share your stories, experiences, and know-how with each other. With this event and our leaders across the country, we want to join in celebrating the unstinting efforts of this army of heroes you have become, not just in this battle of COVID-19 pandemic, but for all you do week in and week out in caring for our people. I also want to pay tribute to the many folks who provide their expertise and support for your work, from the NGOs, the civil servants, to members of the medical community and policymakers. These are trying times. These times are testing us all, and you, our frontline workers, by continuing to give your very best, are in turn inspiring us all to do the same. A special word of congratulations to the graduates of the FNHMA certified training courses and to those just entering the field. Please know how proud we are of you and your accomplishments and your selfless dedication in making our world a better place. We hope you enjoy this virtual event to honor and pay tribute to your efforts, and once again, a very big round of virtual applause and heartfelt gratitude to all members of this awesome audience. Keep it up.
So many positive thoughts, and we can feel the energy in these sincere messages to thank and honor healthcare and frontline workers from across Turtle Island. Our next guest is well known to many of you, and I am so pleased to share a message from Buffy St. Marie. Buffy is a Cree singer, songwriter, a trailblazer, and a tireless advocate, an innovative artist, and a disruptor of the status quo. From a pie pot princess to a pie pot warrior, Buffy St. Marie.
Hi, I'm Buffy St. Marie, sending a shout out all across Canada to all of the healthcare workers who are serving in First Nations and Indigenous communities across the country. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Merci beaucoup. Niawe, kinanaskomiten, kichimigwech. Thank you. You guys are one of our most important survival tools. And for everybody who's not a healthcare worker, why don't you use your #1 survival tool? Mask up, protect them, protect me, protect you and everybody else. Mask up, people.
The next message we would like to share with you is from Dr. Danielle Bain-Smith. Danielle is Ichub Dene, Big Animal people from Fort Nelson First Nation, and French-Canadian Métis from the Red River Valley. She is a family physician whose career has spanned the country and the globe. In 2006, she had the remarkable opportunity to travel around the world and learn about traditional medicine from elders and medicine people as part of a television documentary series entitled Medicine Woman. She returned to family practice grounded in Indigenous approaches to health, however, found it challenging to incorporate our approaches within the conventional medical model. In 2014, she discovered functional medicine and began her training with the Institute of Functional Medicine. In functional medicine, Danielle discovered a rigorous, evidence-based medical model that shares core beliefs about health with many Indigenous teachings, and she became a certified functional medicine practitioner in 2016. Her passion for Indigenous health and functional medicine have extended to public health. She sees great possibilities to improve health and wellness of whole communities by returning to teachings about food as medicine. She loves working with other people to understand the root causes of their illness and collaboratively identifying small, foundational practices that they can work on to reestablish balance in mind, body, and spirit. On a separate note, in 2012, she was an inspirational speaker at the FNHMA National Conference, and she had everyone on the edge of their seats from the moment she stepped to our podium. We hope that she will join us in person at our conference next year in Victoria. But in the meantime, she is here via video.
Hi, I'm grateful to be speaking with you today from the territories of the Lekwungen peoples of the Esquimalt and Songhees nations. My name is Danielle Bain-Smith. I'm Etchodene from Fort Nelson First Nation, et je suis franco-manitobain métis de la Rivière-Rouge. As a family doctor and BC's Deputy Provincial Health Officer for Indigenous Health, I've had many opportunities to witness First Nations health managers and directors in action. I never cease to be amazed by your dedication and commitment to this important work. Advancing First Nations health and wellness is never easy. I know this from firsthand experience. And now, as we are all learning to live with COVID-19, it is even more challenging. One of the things that I think makes us special as First Nations is that when we face hard times, we find the strength to come together and support each other. So today, I'm so grateful to hold each and every one of you up and express my heartfelt gratitude, appreciation, and admiration for the work that you do to serve our communities. In the words of my boss, Auntie Bonnie, I ask the Creator to continue to watch over all of us and help us to be kind, be calm, and be safe. I wish you all a wonderful gathering. Masicho.
Our next message of thanks to you, our frontline workers, is from a friend of ours, Mr. Will Fong from MNP, an ongoing supporter and sponsor of FNHMA and our national conferences. We thank you for your work with us on our organizational restructure. Will share your message now.
Oki, Nidanigo Will Fong, joining you today from Mohkinstsis, Calgary, Alberta, in the heart of Treaty 7 territory. With the weather changing, I truly miss many of the traditions I've come to love at this time of year, especially the FNHMA gathering. I've had the honor of working alongside some health directors, nurses, and elected officials during this time of COVID, and my heart is always warmed and inspired by the talent, the knowledge, the hard work and dedication I witness from these essential workers, your colleagues, your friends, your relations. Today I have the pleasure of bringing forward another greeting from Treaty 7 territory, from a person I'm blessed to call a friend, and someone who's been leading the fight against child exploitation and human trafficking, which has been as great a threat as ever with our kids out of school and online. He's a former nurse, and he's keen to share his greeting and appreciation with all of you. Please welcome my friend Paul Brandt, and I look forward to seeing all of you at the next FNHMA gathering in 2021.
Oki, greetings. Hello, hi everybody, Paul Brandt. Thank you for letting me be a part of this year's event, and thank you for the honor of being a part of last year's event as well. I wanted to take a moment just to recognize the incredible work that you all have done in your response to the COVID-19 crisis. First Nations healthcare workers have been up against more than most in this crisis, in that you've had limited resources to deal with the work that you're doing. You've had to take the directives of the federal government, provincial government, and local authorities to try and optimize the response to COVID and keep your community safe, and you're up to the challenge. Congratulations and way to go. As a former healthcare worker and a former registered nurse, I just have an inkling of how difficult and challenging your job must have been, and it continues. You continue to do amazing work on the front line, defending your elders and your communities against this virus and keeping them healthy. Way to go. Congratulations.
I am happy to keep the celebration going with a second video from our platinum sponsor, the Canadian Red Cross.
I've been with the Red Cross, it's going on 25 years. And in that time, all of my work has been within Indigenous community. I'm Cree First Nations from Northern Alberta, but I've lived on Lekwungen territory for going on 30 years. And so sometime here, I came here to go to school and have stayed here ever since. And really, the urban Indigenous community here has very much become family for me.
I can say that in the 30 years that I've worked from coast to coast to coast in Arctic communities and northern communities, this year is really something. And you know, we're going to talk a little bit about the services we've been offering, but I can honestly say that the virtual environment, even though we always use email and we always use screens, it is something else, and we're constantly aware of how this response is shifting and having an impact on us as people, on our families, and on our colleagues and our work. And that's some of the stuff that we think about and try and bring into our connections with communities as well.
Our work is about creating safe environments. That's what we want to contribute to. And right now, creating safe environments actually means staying apart. I don't know that I ever thought that I'd be one to say that, you know, and I know that those words feel really like a disconnect within our communities, but that's our truth right now, is that our wellness depends on staying apart. You know, so one of the things that we've really had to do is start to get a lot more creative around how do we come together in a place of having to be apart. And so in the Canadian Red Cross, this is the thinking, and this is really the brainstorming that we deeply went into around how do we keep our support present, how do we keep education happening, how do we keep certifying people, you know, to be trainers, to be educators, you know, to be community support people in this presence of not coming together. And hence came along the virtual operations team.
All of these people and this team virtually are there for you, a phone call, an email away, and at any given time. So we are available to you 24/7 in the event that you had an emergency that you just needed some guidance on. Maybe you have an idea on how to respond to an issue in your, and you need to kind of bounce the idea off of one of us and say, does this work? Have you experienced this in your community? Can you give us any guidance? Can you give us any recommendations? Or what do you think is the best solution to this issue? We face many of them in our community, and we have found some great solutions that work for us. Maybe they'll work for you. So how can we help?
We're very fortunate to have a public health unit really that works in international settings, in complex and challenging environments where there are epidemics, outbreaks, and various situations that can be life-threatening for communities. That team is used to setting up mobile hospitals, clinics, navigating the health scenarios on a regular basis. And so the first thing we did was really look at that team coming in to support our Indigenous work.
So to date, over 260 Indigenous leaders have requested assistance from us across Turtle Island. And that could either be through reviewing of their administrative policies, that can be updating their pandemic policies, that can be doing a virtual learning session on one of the social platforms, and we can teach on how to properly don and doff personal protection equipment. That means gloves, masks, so on and so forth. So it can be a virtual learning, it can be reviewing policies, it can be teaching what roles and responsibilities are, it can be helping you to develop your pandemic plan. There's many ways that we can assist. One particular community, which I was super proud of, actually put in place, they did the training, they developed their plan, and they even tested their plan. That was the best step. You know, let's see how this would actually work out. What if we did get somebody that was COVID-19 positive and we had to put them in an isolation area? How would it work out? How can we support that person that tests positive, their family, and how would our staff react? So that was really good. And these are all ways that we can help you.
You know, as we just resonate in the strength of who we are, there can also be an increased resilience and an increased practice in our birthright, which really for me, I do want to celebrate that.
The best part of my job is hearing the community say, you lifted a weight off my shoulder, and knowing that you're here for me. I'm not alone. I might be alone physically, but I'm definitely not alone in terms of the support. I have you and I have the staff, and all I had to do was make this phone call. It's words like that that really get to me, and that, you know, it knows, like, I know that we're doing a good thing and we are helping, and these resources and the people that are available to them just like this, and you know, and talking to them live and providing them with this feedback live as they're asking it, it's making a difference. Even clinical staff that have said that, I really appreciate knowing that you're there. Thank you. And that's what makes this worth it.
Thank you again to the Canadian Red Cross for partnering with FNHMA in responding to the COVID-19 pandemic, and for your commitment in supporting our nation's safety. And again, Thank you to our healthcare workers. Our next video is from the Eagle River singers and dancers from around Turtle Island who will perform a jingle dress healing dance, which is so appropriate and welcome during this time. Our next message is from Dr. Valerie Gideon, Senior Assistant Deputy Minister, First Nations and Inuit Health Branch, Indigenous Services Canada. Valerie has a long-standing history of sharing the FNHMA journey, as she was the co-chair of the advisory committee that started this wonderful grassroots organization. She actively participates in the weekly Thursday town halls that we provide to share credible and reliable information regarding the COVID-19 pandemic. On a side note, these town halls are viewed by over 15,000 people and are aired on 150 plus Indigenous radio stations. My good friend, mentor, and colleague, Valerie Gideon.
À tous les professionnels de la santé qui travaillent dans les communautés des Premières Nations et les autres communautés autochtones, je vous remercie infiniment. Je vous offre ma toute sincère reconnaissance. J'espère que vous pouvez voir nos mains virtuelles, qu'ils vous soulèvent pour votre courage et votre humilité. To all health professionals working in First Nations and other Indigenous communities, you have my profound admiration and thanks for all of the personal professional sacrifices that you make. I hope that you can see all our virtual, or feel all of our virtual hands rising you up for all of your courage and humility. Willalan.
The next messages of thanks are offered by the FNHMA Board of Directors, who are grassroots health managers and my bosses. Our first video is from Kipwa First Nation Health Director, Mr. David McLaren, our President and Quebec representative. We will then hear from our Vice President and Ontario Representative, Calvin Morisseau, then Kisawinin Health Director and Manitoba Representative, James Bone.
Bonjour. Oui, Dave McLaren, président de l'Association des gestionnaires de santé des Premières Nations. Je tiens à féliciter et remercier tous les travailleurs de santé et mieux-être qui ont contribué à garder et maintenir nos gens en santé dans nos communautés depuis la pandémie. Miigwech, merci beaucoup. Hi, I'm Dave McLaren, president of the First Nations Health Managers Association. I want to send a big shout out to all the health and wellness workers who have been working so hard during this pandemic, keeping our community members safe and healthy. Miigwech.
Hello, bonjour. In Gaban Gijik Dishnakaz Nameto Dem Kuchiching Nendochi. Hi, my name is Kelvin Morso. I'm from Kuchiching First Nation in beautiful northwestern Ontario. I just want to say thank you for the opportunity to serve on the board of directors for the next 3 years. I'm looking forward to all the wonderful things that First Nations Health Managers will be doing. And I also want to say how grateful I am to be a family member of the First Nations Health Managers Association.
Greetings, everyone. As your First Nation Health Managers Association rep and board member, I would like to give a big shout out to all the First Nation health directors from Manitoba and all across Turtle Island. We truly appreciate all that you have done during these difficult and stressful times. Gichiwi Gwetch for keeping our communities safe and healthy. Keep up all the excellent work, as you are all truly heroes of health. Gichiwi Gwetch.
Our next musical interlude is from Logan Stats, winner on the first season of CTV's The Launch. I was rooting for you, Logan. Logan was born on the Six Nations Reserve in Ontario. He is a singer-songwriter, musician, and multi-instrumentalist. He is known for his song, The Lucky Ones, which hit #1 on the Canadian iTunes chart right after its release. He is also known for his part in the 2017 Canadian-made documentary, When They Awake, which celebrates Indigenous artists and their communities. Enjoy Logan Stats.
Zago, ladies and gentlemen, it's Logan Stotts here, and I wanted to sing a song and dedicate it to the healthcare workers that are working on the front lines in different communities right now. You know, I wanted to sing a song and show my gratitude because I'm so grateful. I also wanted to just give a shout out to the healthcare directors who have just graduated. Thank you so much. Congratulations. And yeah, thank you for all the work that you're doing right now. Yawagoa. This is a brand new song, and it's called Dusty Shelf. I'm so strung out on so-called love, waiting in the night for my morning dove. And I couldn't love them 'cause I didn't love me. And I couldn't love, I didn't know what love me. And then I met a stranger from a town called the Internet. She had a heart of gold and matched her pretty head. She had eyes that matched the sky and the ocean. Truth be told, girls that look like that, they never really looked at me, you know. And I think I just let go of all the hurt I've known. And I think I just forgot everything I thought I knew about love. Knew nothing about love. I'm so caught up in some ancient song, scorned by the women who treated me wrong. I was lying down and I was fooling myself. So I hit that old heart on a dusty shelf. And then I met a stranger from a town called the Internet. She had a heart of gold that matched her pretty head. She had eyes that matched the sky and the ocean. Truth be told, does it look like that? They never really looked at me, no. And I think I just let go for the hurt I've known. And I think I just forgot everything I thought I knew about love. Knew nothing about love till right now, till right now, till right now. Till right now, yeah, till right now, till right now. And I think I just let go of all the hurt I know. And I think I just forgot everything I thought I knew about love. Knew nothing about love till right now. Thank you so much, guys. We all appreciate the work that you're doing. I love you to death. Yeah, will go on the go out here. Gana Lankwa. Have a great day.
Thank you, Logan. What a wonderful song. Maybe and perhaps you'll come out and perform in person at one of our future conferences. I can't say it enough. Today is about thanking and honoring healthcare workers and at the same time doing our part to ensure that they have all the masks and PPE they require to do their job safely and at the same time keep us all safe. Donating is so easy. Click on the green Support Now button at the top of your screen. Choose a donation amount, and while you're there, why not purchase a limited edition FNHMA hoodie, or in Saskatchewan we say bunny hug. As I mentioned earlier, we are assisting VIO volunteers, and your donations will support their efforts to supply PPE to all First Nation communities across Turtle Island. While I'm at it, let's take a look at those donations rolling in. I really want to thank a huge donation that came in, well, many as a matter of fact. Our chair of the certification committee, Donna Metallic, thank you for your donation. We see Huron County coming in as well. Lots of congratulations to our grads. Somebody anonymously said, thanks for hosting of this event. And of course, the big donation I want to draw your attention to right now is the grocer team. They commend you, First Nation frontline workers, and the extraordinary work that you are doing. $1,500 from them. Thank you so very much. And we'll come back to that Give Butter and those donations shortly. But right now, let's hear from the president of VIO Volunteers.
Hi, my name is Claudine Santos, and I am president of VIO Volunteers. I want to start off by giving my heartfelt thank you to all of our first responders. To say the times have been tough would be an understatement, but I want you to know that your tireless efforts in keeping us all safe is acknowledged, appreciated, and admired. Congratulations to all of the newly certified First Nations health managers. Thank you for your contributions to your communities. And special congratulations to this year's recipient of the CFHI Excellence in Health Leadership Award. VIO Volunteers is a volunteer-run nonprofit organization that was founded in May of 2020. Our singular goal is to provide PPE to Canada's northern, remote, and Indigenous communities. Together with partners such as NationTalk and the First Nations Health Managers Association, we've been able to deliver over 1.2 million masks, over 6,500 face shields, and over 7,200 liters of hand sanitizer to 130 communities and 27 organizations supporting the urban Indigenous populations of Manitoba, Ontario, and Quebec. To learn more about our sponsors, our mandate, or to donate, visit us at viovolunteers.org. Thank you.
Hello and welcome to the First Nation Health Managers Association Annual Gathering. I'm Clayton Norris, Vice President for Indigenous Services for MNP, and we're proud to be a sponsor of your organization. I want to congratulate Marion Crow and her team for all the hard work and effort during this challenging time. Thank you for being vigilant with your communication efforts, keeping healthcare providers knowledgeable and current on all COVID-related matters. I'd like to take this opportunity on behalf of our MNP team members across the country and extend our sincerest appreciation to all the healthcare practitioners and those of you on the front lines. We recognize Indigenous communities have increased concerns and challenges, and we're truly thankful for your dedication. We are proud to be a partner and supporter of the First Nation Health Managers Association. Stay safe and keep doing the great work that you're doing to keep our communities healthy. Thank you and enjoy the event.
Clayton, thanks for your sincere message. And to the MNP team, hello Rob, hello Will. Thank you for your continued support of FNHMA and our conference and celebration. We are grateful for our partnership and friendship. Our next message is from another partner, the Canadian Institute for Health Information. FNHMA and CIHI for short signed a memorandum of understanding last year during our conference, and we are happy to have their support and partnership.
Hello, I'm Jean Harvey from the Canadian Institute for Health Information. CIHI is a national, not-for-profit data and health information organization, and we work to support the needs of our many partners. Just a year ago today, we were thrilled to sign a memorandum of understanding with the FNHMA group at their national conference. Now, this year, our hats are off to your organization, the First Nations Health Managers Association, for doing amazing work to keep people connected in these uncertain times, sharing critical information about COVID-19, as well as your regular town hall communications filled a real void for people, and it's truly inspiring. Congratulations on this great work. We are now looking forward to continuing to build our relationship with Marion and her team, and we're eager to support your health and data information needs as you work to support the health and well-being of your communities. As First Nations in helping professions, we thank you and celebrate your commitment to this work. All the best and stay safe. Thanks from CIHI.
FNHMA is very grateful for all of the support that we have received for this virtual celebration to thank you, the front lines, our healthcare workers. When we approached our in-person conference sponsors to inform them that we were postponing the in-person conference and shared the idea of this virtual celebration, the immediate response was yes. What a wonderful idea, and we would love to support it. One more example of this ongoing support is Canada Health Infoway, and here is a message from their president and CEO.
Hi, I'm Michael Green, President and CEO of Canada Health Infoway, and we are pleased to sponsor this virtual celebration. I hope you and your families are keeping safe during this difficult time. I want to join you in thanking all health workers, including those in Indigenous communities who have been on the front lines since the pandemic began, working tirelessly to keep Canadians safe. I also want to congratulate the First Nations health managers who are receiving their certification. I wish you all the best in your chosen career. Your skills are extremely valuable, and our health systems need you now more than ever before. The need for digital health tools and services has become so important during the pandemic as Canadians look for virtual care options. We look forward to working with you to make these tools and services more widely available. Canada Health Infoway has a long history of collaboration with Indigenous organisations. For more than a decade, we've been working together to ensure that people in northern, rural and remote regions benefit from digital health. We will continue working with you to ensure that Indigenous people, caregivers and providers can leverage the value of innovative digital health tools. As you hold your virtual celebration, I want to invite you to a celebration we're throwing in a couple of weeks, Digital Health Week. From November the 16th to the 22nd, we'll be joined by health system stakeholders across the country, including patients, to celebrate our collective achievements in digital health and promote the benefits. We hope you'll join us. You can find more information on our website at www.infoway/inforoute.ca or by following #ThinkDigitalHealth on social media. Once again, congratulations to the 2020 graduates who have been certified as First Nations health managers. We look forward to working with you to improve healthcare through digital health. Thank you.
It is time for more music. Our next performance is by Tom Wilson. Tom is a Canadian music legend, famed storyteller, and visual artist. His extensive career as a musician has bestowed upon him numerous nominations and awards, from the Hamilton Music Awards to the Polaris Prize to the Juno Awards, including Certified Gold and Platinum records. He has performed in bands such as Lee Harvey Osmond, who was awarded a 2020 Juno Award for the album Mohawk, with Junkhouse and with Canadian treasure Blackie and the Rodeo Kings. Tom says, over the course of discovering my true identity, the intention of writing my music and my art is to reduce the gap between Indigenous culture and colonialists to make a more patient, loving community. Here for you is Tom Wilson.
We live in a time and a place where we see people trying to make the truth irrelevant. A country where honesty is rewarded by arrest. A country where history is still a one-sided story. I stand with Schuyler Williams and the Landkeepers just outside Caledonia, Ontario, at 1492 Landback Lane. And this is a song called Big Chief, written by my son when he was just 16 years old. Can you hear me calling for my one true love? Praying to the skies and the heavens above. I'm a big chief climbing on a mountain. I see the war. I see the war in the sky up top. I see the war and I want it to stop. There's a spirit in the river and a spirit in the trees. A voice in my head that brings them after me. I'm a wanted man born of the water and the woods. I'm a big chief, a big chief trying to do some good, but I'll be hung before I'm understood. And I wanna dance through the flowers and on the grass. Yes, I'm gonna dance away the war with you. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm gonna dance this war away. Oh, the night keeps falling and the wagons come. 3,000 miles with no place to run. From Caledonia to Wounded Knee. I can't believe what they've done to me, what they've done to my children and me. And I wanna dance through the flowers and on the ground. Yes, I'm gonna dance away the war with you. Gonna dance this war away. Now there's a spirit in the land, but it's hard to find. There's walls and bridges and long gray lines. The shadows stretch across the world anew. As all hope died. Oh baby, I think of you and all the things that we used to do. And I wanna dance through the flowers and on the grass. Yes, I'm gonna dance away the war with you. Yeah, 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 yeah. I'm gonna dance this war away.
Thank you, Tom, for that beautiful song. FNHMA has developed a beautiful relationship with the Cree Board of Health and Social Services of James Bay, and we are happy to welcome them as a first-time sponsor of FNHMA.
My name is Juliana Matus Snowboy. I'm the Director of Organizational Quality and Cultural Safety. We are pleased to be joining this event from the Cree Nation of EOSG in our 9 communities of Wapmaxtui, Chisasibi, East Main, Wiminji, Waskaganish, Nemska, Waswanipi, Ojibwamo, and Mistissini. The Cree Board of Health and Social Services of James Bay was established in 1978 following the signing of the joint James Bay Northern Quebec Agreement. We are an Indigenous-led organization that delivers all health and social services in our territory. We employ over 2,000 people and will add more than 600 new jobs in the next 5 years. Click on our logo to find out more. Thank you to the FNHMA for everything you do to advance Indigenous leadership in healthcare, and thank you to all healthcare workers in every nation working hard to protect our people during this difficult time. Thank you, Miigwech.
To all the dedicated healthcare workers and providers on our community front lines, we thank you and owe you a debt of gratitude. We stand united as Indigenous health organizations. We support you all in your efforts. For credible information sources on COVID-19, please visit the Public Health Agency of Canada and Indigenous Services Canada websites. The partner organizations mentioned here are also trusted sources to support you. Thank you and stay safe. We now welcome messages from the Honorable Carolyn Bennett, Minister of Crown Indigenous Relations, and the Honorable Mark Miller, Minister of Indigenous Services Canada. Thank you, Ministers Bennett and Miller, for supporting our healthcare and frontline workers not only today, but in your tireless service.
Kwe, Tonsi. Hello, bonjour. I would like to acknowledge that I'm speaking to you from my home in Toronto on the traditional territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit, where we honor all those who paddled these waters and whose moccasins walked these lands. I recognize the territories and communities from where you are all gathering today. I'm Carolyn Bennett, the Minister of Crown Indigenous Relations. And firstly, I would like to thank Marion Crow and the First Nations Health Managers Association for your extraordinary leadership from the very beginning of COVID-19. Your weekly town halls have provided essential information and allowed all frontline providers to know that they're not alone. My feedback has been that your calls have actually been therapeutic. We also want to thank the FNHMA board and membership for making this virtual celebration possible. It is an honor to be able to join you to congratulate all of the 2020 graduates for their hard work and their success. Your leadership is absolutely essential through these difficult times. COVID-19 has stressed all communities, and particularly all of you on the front lines. You've protected your elders and your communities. You have dealt with serious mental health issues and the violence exacerbated by the pandemic. All Canadians are sincerely indebted to and inspired by you. This past week has been painful for us all. We will need your help and advice and your truth as we work together to ensure that Indigenous peoples have access to the care they need and put in place the concrete actions that will address the systemic racism faced by you, your colleagues, and your patients on a daily basis. Today is a celebration. Today is the realization of your tireless hard work to nurture, encourage, and certify a new generation of healthcare leadership professionals. Congratulations to the recipient of the Excellence in Health Leadership Award, Leading Through Difficult Times. Congratulations to all of you. All of you are winners. All of you are demonstrating true excellence in health leadership as you are leading through these difficult times.
Kwe, Tanse, hello, bonjour. I'm celebrating with you today from the traditional territory of the Algonquin people. Last March, at the outset of this pandemic, you did not hesitate to put into place the tools and mechanisms needed to support First Nation communities during the pandemic and to keep individuals and families safe during this difficult time. You have kept your people safe. The virtual town halls are an essential tool in preparing and informing First Nations on the best practices to prevent, prepare, respond, and limit the spread of COVID-19. They remain a key link to communities and a valuable platform to exchange and have discussions on the challenges and best practices during this pandemic. I would also like to thank the frontline workers who put their own safety on the line every day to make sure families, youth, and especially elders are kept safe. Without their dedication and hard work, the number of people who tested positive for the virus would have been even greater. I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you. The next few months will not be easy. Together with our partners, we will continue to work to ensure First Nations have access to personal protective equipment, strong healthcare, and effective measures to limit the spread of the virus. Congratulations to the newly certified First Nations health managers and to the recipient of the CFHI Leadership Award. Thank you Merci. Nyawa. Hi hi.
Music time. Our next musical interlude is by Adrian Sutherland. Adrian is from Attawapiskat on the remote coast of James Bay. He's a singer, songwriter, musician, recording artist, and the founder of roots rockers Midnight Shine, making meaningful music with important messages that resonate across Canada and beyond. Passionate about making a difference for youth, Adrian is driven to ensure that young people have access to education, sports and recreation, and the chance to explore skills and talents. Early in Adrian's career, he spent 10 years as a certified EMT, providing emergency response paramedic services all over Northern Ontario. Thank you for your service as a frontline worker, Adrian. And now, here he is performing his song, Survivor.
This is Adrian Sutherland of Midnight Shine, and I would like to dedicate this song to all the healthcare workers that are holding watch on our First Nations, as well as to all the newly certified First Nation health managers out there for doing all that you do for our people. This song is for you. It's called Survivor. When you lost all sight and your grip starts to slip, take my hand and let's fight. Just hold tight. Life will try and take your breath away from our world. I'm here, you're not alone. Just hold on. You showed us how strong you are by keeping your faith. Oh, you're a survivor. We were all so heavy-hearted, but you did not break. No, you're a survivor. You're so beautiful, you know. I'm not gonna let you go. Every day brings new hope, this I know. You and me will find a way to see another day. Don't you cry now, hey, it's okay. You showed us how strong you are by keeping your faith. Oh, you're a survivor. We were all so heavy-hearted, but you did not break. No, you're a survivor. You made us believe that life is worth fighting for. Oh, you're a survivor. I pray my whispers keep you here, and my kisses keep you near. Pone bonita, que ne coge gomar. Ego pasego con el que tenemos. You showed us how strong you are by keeping your faith. Oh, you're a survivor. We were all so heavy-hearted, but you did not break. No, you're a survivor. You made us believe that life is worth fighting for. Oh, you're a survivor.
Adrian, Thank you for that shivering song of beauty. Our next messages of thanks and gratitude from British Columbia to Quebec. You will hear from the Honorable Jody Wilson-Raybould, JWR, Member of Parliament for Granville, Vancouver, the Honorable Erin O'Toole, Leader of the Opposition, from the Honorable Jagmeet Singh, Leader of the New Democratic Party, from former Prime Ministers, the Honorable Paul Martin and the Honorable Joe Clark.
To everybody at the First Nations Health Managers Association and to all our extraordinary healthcare workers across the country, Galak Hasla, thank you so much for all that you do in keeping us safe and healthy.
I just want to say a big thank you to the health workers who've been working so hard to keep Canadians safe over this past year. Many times you have done so at an increased risk to your own health and safety, and I want to convey how much you mean to all of us, who you've served with grace. Thank you to the First Nations Health Managers Association for putting on this event, and thank you to all Indigenous healthcare workers. I want to give special congratulations to the new certified health managers. Thank you for stepping up to serve in this important way. And a big congratulations to the First Nations Health Managers Association on 10 years of service. Thank you.
Hey friends, I want to add my voice in celebrating healthcare workers. You all do such amazing work. In this pandemic more than ever, people are realizing how vital your work is. Thank you for putting yourselves in the way of danger, for caring for us in our time of need. Thank you so much. We are going to be here for you because you are fighting for us. I know how important it is to find ways to celebrate despite the distance and the isolation. So congratulations on everything you do. Thank you for everything you do.
Good afternoon, and thank you for the invitation to speak to you today. Merci de m'avoir invité à vous adresser la parole. It goes without saying, the pandemic has been difficult for each and every one of us. And without the sacrifice and the dedication of our healthcare workers, it would have been impossible to face up to it. Let me as well congratulate the new certified First Nations health managers. You should be very proud of what you have accomplished. The use of the word hero to describe each and every one of you is just the beginning. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Enjoy your celebration. Vous le méritez bien.
I am honored to thank the frontline Indigenous and non-Indigenous health workers who are playing such a critical role in keeping their communities, people, and nations safe during this serious pandemic. No one welcomes crisis, but it is the time when the character and caring of a community become very clear. The resilience and the ability of Canada's Indigenous communities is not as well known as it should be across our country. Not only are you helping your friends and families and neighbors, you are demonstrating the strength and capacity of Indigenous Canada, and you make us all very proud. Thank you for your service and for the inspiration that you provide to all of us.
Thank you. So many messages of thanks and gratitude for you. Wow, I'm just hearing we received a sponsorship from HP. HP is a company that creates PC and printing technology to service humanitarian around the globe. Most recently and closer to home, supplying 3D printed PPE such as face shields and nasal swabs across Turtle Island. Thank you, HP, for your support. I am so sure that all healthcare and frontline workers are feeling the love that we are sending your way today, and they are surely thankful to see your donations coming in, which will turn and translate into saving lives and help to ensure that our hospitals are not overwhelmed. Your donations are much appreciated, but more than that, they're greatly needed. Speaking of that, let's see where we're at with those donations. And I'm seeing so much love and gratitude from everybody. Sarah Burke, thank you for your donation. Lori, our FNHMA instructor, certified First Nation health manager, thank you so much. We have Lorraine Muskwa, who is a board member for Alberta. Thank you for your generous donation. They just keep coming in. Margaret Timms, thank you. Darlene, thank you. Prices, the Price family, thank you so much. And we'll keep on taking those donations to make sure that the supply of PPE gets out to the nations across Turtle Island. It's so easy, as you're finding out. Just click on that green Support Now button at the top of your screen to make a donation. Go ahead, purchase a nice hoodie to keep you warm this winter. And right now, I'm happy to share with you some shout outs from the Res, from your friends and colleagues.
My name is Ginger Gosnell Myers. I am Niska and Kwakwaka'wakw, currently living in North Vancouver, BC. To all of our healthcare workers, I want to say thank you, Tayuksaknin, for all of the important, incredible work that you're doing in this unprecedented time. Thank you.
Aja Chepot, Tokwanan Kwatnan. My name is Dylan Johnson. My Tla'amin name is Tokwanan, and I'm from the Tla'amin Nation, which is on the south coast of BC. As an elected leader for my community, which was hit pretty hard by the coronavirus, I want to extend my sincere gratitude to all the healthcare workers out there. Checha Tanapech, on behalf of my community, we thank you very much.
Danse, everybody. It's Frank Bush from the Nishiswayasi Cree Nation. I'm here in West Bank First Nation, where I currently reside. Just wanted to give a big shout out to all of our frontline workers who are working to keep our people happy, healthy, and safe during the pandemic. Kinanaskilmitten, thank you very much.
Ani and Bojo on this beautiful morning. Pamela Toulouse Nadizhnikos, Sagmuk Nishnabek Donjaba. And I want to say to all of our healthcare workers out there, Miigwech, Chimigwech to you. I want to thank you for all of the hard work and the sacrifices that you're making for us. You know, for us, the people. Miigwech.
Good afternoon. I want to take this opportunity to congratulate the graduates of the First Nations Health Managers Association in their achievements of their certification. I would also like to thank all of the health directors across this nation for all the hard work that you've been doing in the environment of the pandemic. You inspire me, you motivate me, and thank you very much for your dedication and hard work.
We just want to say that Dell is such a great member of the community. She's always looking out for us, and she's always dropping off really cool books and educational things and learning kits for my kids and for our staff.
Treats and everything. She's such a fine, upstanding community member. We're very, very happy and honored to have her as one of our customers.
Go Literacy Dell!
You betcha, Dell. We love you.
We have strong individuals guiding national Indigenous organizations, and during this pandemic, there has never been a time when leadership is so critical. You are going to hear from Kelly Lindsay, Jonathan Dewar and his team, Tabitha Bull, Dr. Brenda Rastool, Terry Goodtrack, and the amazing Dr. Shannon McDonald. Thank you for your messages of thanks and for your leadership.
A big shout out and thumbs up to you, the healthcare workers. My name is Kelly Lindsay, President and CEO of Indigenous Works Canada, and I want you to know how proud we are of your efforts to make our workplaces, our schools, our communities, and indeed our country a safer place. We're proud of you. Keep up the great work.
From all of us at the First Nations Information Governance Center, I want to give our heartfelt thanks to healthcare workers. We want you to stay safe. And we also want to say congratulations to all of the healthcare workers who have recently graduated from the First Nations Health Managers Association programming. So my colleagues and I will now say a hearty
Congratulations.
Stay
safe. Stay safe.
Stay safe. Be well. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Tabitha Bull. On behalf of the Canadian Council for Aboriginal Business, I want to express our deep gratitude to all of the healthcare workers whose passion, expertise, and sacrifice is getting us through this pandemic. I also want to extend a shout out to all of the certified Aboriginal businesses who are supplying much needed PPE to our communities. Chimigwech, be well.
Ani, Bojo, Sego, Tansi. On behalf of the First Peoples Wellness Circle Board of Directors and staff, I would like to take this opportunity to raise my hands in gratitude for the leadership, guidance, and direction that has been shown with so much compassion and understanding during these most difficult times. We are appreciative for our health leaders who have shown dedication and commitment to ensuring the safety, health, and well-being of our First Nation citizens across Turtle Island during the pandemic. For this, we would like to say Chimigwech for all that you do.
Hi, my name is Terry Goodtrack, and I'm the President and CEO of AFWA Canada. First of all, I would like to congratulate all those who are celebrating tonight at your virtual celebration. I would like to thank the healthcare professionals for all of their hard work during this pandemic. And I'd like to give a shout out to our members who are also part of the effort to keep our communities safe. Thank you.
I wanted to take a moment to express my love and gratitude for healthcare workers working in our First Nations communities and with First Nations people as we go through the COVID-19 pandemic. I admire and feel gratitude for your bravery and commitment to do this work every day. Chimigwech, thank you.
Ready for some more music? I am so pleased to now share with you a message and music from Crystal Shawanda. Crystal is from Wiki, up in Manitoulin Island, Ontario. She is Ojibwe, Potawatomi, and her name translates to dawn of a new day in the Ojibwe language. Indigenous people, we have a deep connection to our land that we are from, which is the inspiration for many of Crystal's songs. Her parents raised her on country music and taught her to sing and play guitar, but it was her oldest brother who introduced her to the blues, which she feels is all about releasing and healing. She started performing country when she was 6, and she started getting paid gigs when she was just 10 years old. Crystal traveled to Nashville to release her debut album, Dawn of a New Day, in 2008, and the album became the highest charted album by an Indigenous person from Canada in that era. Thanks for joining in this special celebration, Crystal. Thanks for your message and your song. Crystal Shawanda.
Hey everyone, Crystal Shawanda here, and I just wanted to send out a very special thank you to all the healthcare workers who are bravely working on the front line every day to take care of everybody else. I also wanted to send out a special shout out to my cousin Cheryl Ozaibanepelche, who manages the Wequemcombe Nursing Home in my hometown of Wequemcombe. She works hard not only to keep her residents safe, but also to make sure that their environment is not just that of a long-term care facility, but of a home. So this song is for all of you out there. Thank you so much. This is called Hey Love. Hey love, I've been missing you. It's been rough, this lonely heart's been blue. But hey, listen, I know I've been distant. I'm sorry, I thought we were through. Hey love, thanks for coming back around. Straight up, I've been on the down and out. Been patiently waiting, anticipating for the right one to come around. I'm glad you're home, helping me move on through the sunshine that you bring. You're a long lost friend, won't run from you again. Hey love, it's a beautiful thing. Hey love, is it too much to ask? I've got a crush, and could you have my back? My knees are shaking, my heart is racing. The butterflies remind me of what we had. I'm glad you're home, helping me move on through the sunshine that you bring. You're a long lost friend, won't run from you again. Hey love, it's a beautiful thing. I'm glad you're home, helping me move on through the sunshine that you bring. You're a long lost friend, won't run from you again. Hey love, it's a beautiful thing. 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 Ooh, yeah. You're such a beautiful thing. Ooh, yeah. You're such a beautiful thing. Yeah. You all take care.
The messages we're hearing from next are from Dr. Catherine Cook, Vice President, Indigenous at the U of M, and from Dr. Evan Adams. Evan, thanks for being on our town halls as the Deputy Chief Medical Officer of Public Health at the First Nations and Inuit Health Branch of Indigenous Services Canada. Catherine, Evan, thanks for sharing these messages.
Hi, I'm Dr. Catherine Cook, Vice President Indigenous at the University of Manitoba. I'd like to celebrate all of our healthcare workers for the work that they've done during this very challenging time. You make our world a much better place. Thank you so much.
Hi there, I'm Dr. Evan Adams from Tla'amin Nation. I'm the Deputy Chief Medical Officer at FNHMA HQ. And I would like to thank and honor all healthcare workers who've been looking after all of us at great cost to themselves. I hope you have a wonderful time tonight being hosted by the First Nations Health Managers Association, and congratulations to the winner of the CFHI Leadership Award and tonight's graduates.
Our next thank you message is from Monique Horn-Miller, who is no stranger to any of us. Monique is an athlete, activist, and broadcaster. As a Mohawk from Kahnawake, Quebec, Wanique was co-captain of Canada's first Olympic women's water polo team and a gold medalist in water polo at the 1999 Pan American Games. She's a well-known activist for Indigenous rights and a prominent role model, mentor, and advocate for youth involvement in sports, and she received national media attention during the Oka crisis in 1990. The Canadian Association for the Advancement of Women in Sport and Physical Activity named her one of the country's most influential women in sport in 2015. And you know she's influential. Just watch the shopping channel for those Manitoba mukluks. The following is a message from our warrior, Wanique, followed by her adorable children saying thank you to their family workers who are also health workers. Thanks for being a warrior woman and for your support, Wanique.
Sego, my name is Wanique Hornmiller, and I am a Mohawk from the communities of Kahnawake and Ohsweken. And I am really, really honored to be here today to get a chance to say thank you and acknowledge all the hard work of the frontline healthcare workers that are out there on the front lines of this unprecedented pandemic. There are a few women that I want to point out, and I want to give a special shout out to that might be tuning in, might see this, but you all have to know that these women are part of that army, all of you out there that are fighting this pandemic. First is my oldest sister, Dr. Ogisto Hornmiller. She is the primary care physician in the Mohawk community of Agwazasne, which is just near Cornwall. She has been there since the very beginning, you know, making sure that her community that is already understaffed and overworked is still getting that primary care, home visits, and making sure that she can answer all those questions and be there for her community. I have seen it take a toll on her personally, emotionally, spiritually, her worry. I mean, that's what being an Indigenous healthcare worker is. You know, you can't distance yourself from those communities you work in. And it's so hard because it hits you right in the heart. So to my oldest sister, you have always been one of my biggest role models, and you remain that. You always astound me with your courage and your bravery. And to my niece, Gornhugohe Dockstader. She was my firstborn niece, and who knew that she would grow up to be this huge, strong, beautiful, powerful paramedic here in Ottawa. She began working as a paramedic on the front lines of the COVID crisis here in Ottawa, and she even contracted COVID in, working her job. And you know what? With doctors and paramedics, the buck stops with them. They have to show up. When people need them and call for them, they show up. And you know what? They put their lives in danger. You all put your lives in danger every single day. And that takes courage and bravery that I can't even imagine. And I just think of that, and I worry, and I send my love. And I want to send another shout out to a good friend of mine, Selena Mills, who's been working in Toronto to help coordinate from the Toronto Women's Hospital, the COVID response for the urban Aboriginal population in Toronto. I've seen her and all of the toll that it's taken on all of the women and men out there that are doing this hard work. You know, this COVID crisis is unprecedented, but it's not going to beat us. And because we have you and your bravery and all of that special energy and love that you're putting into your work, we're going to beat it. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for my children, for my family, for my clan, for my people. Thank you so much. Stay safe, and we'll see you soon.
Thank you to all the Indigenous healthcare workers, especially my sister Gornhugohe and Auntie Ogisto. Woohoo! Thank you.
The next message, one that you've been waiting for, that I'm pleased to share with you, is from none other than Carey Price, the Montreal Canadiens goaltender. Most of us know him because of his famous hockey career, but what you might not know is that Carey is a proud member of the Anaheim Lake First Nation in British Columbia. He is considered to be one of the best goaltenders in the world by many colleagues, fans, and the hockey news. Even some Toronto Leaf fans. He is also working to literally feed the dreams of children and youth as the Breakfast Club of Canada's national ambassador for First Nations, Métis, and Inuit communities. He has opened 2 breakfast programs in Anaheim Lake and has hosted fundraisers to help feed hungry kids and help them to focus on their studies. Carey was an Inspire Award winner in 2016 and is a role model of discipline and achievement. Carey Price, thank you so much for joining us on this special celebration day to lift up and celebrate frontline workers and those keeping our nation safe. Carey Price.
Hey everyone, Carey Price here. I just wanted to take a moment to thank all of the healthcare and frontline workers for their courageous efforts in keeping us safe and keeping us going on a daily basis. I hope the very best for you and your families. Keep up the great work and stay safe out there. Together we'll get through this. Take care, everyone.
Our next video messages are from the family and staff of FNHMA. We asked everyone to describe what FNHMA is to them, and here is what they had to say.
On behalf of FNHMA, I'd like to thank the youth for all the great work they're doing in our communities.
Hello, I'm Lori Keith, an instructor with the FNHMA. As much as I enjoy the courses, and I do, it's watching you get your certifications that make me emotional. I know the hard work, the sweat and tears that you've invested into this, so I honor you and I raise you up.
Thank you, my FNHMA family.
Thank you, FNHMA, for your generosity.
Thank you, FNHMA, for the leadership.
Thank you, all our frontline workers.
Thank you to our students.
Thank you for your professionalism and commitment.
Thank you to the communities and to the families.
Nyawa, thank you for your dedication and perseverance.
Thank you, FNHMA partners.
This next video is from my special friend, colleague, and a mentor, Doris Bear of Peguis First Nation. We thought that it would be fitting to have a message from the very first person to receive the FNHMA designation of Certified First Nations Health Manager in Canada. The very first certificate that we issued was dedicated to those health workers and health managers who walked before us. A true honor, privilege. FNHMA's first certified member, Doris Bear.
I jumped at it right away, and it took me maybe about 3 months in total to gather all my information, because my goal was to be certified, and I didn't realize that I was going to be the first one within Manitoba region and the first one throughout Canada to be acknowledged and to be certified. I think with the other First Nations out there, they'll gain what I've gained. And I am very confident. I feel that, what you've received, you give back into your communities. And that's what I've done. And it made me a leader in my own home community. I'm sincere, and I mentor my staff. I also mentor other neighboring health directors. And when they ask for advice, I'm always there. I encourage all health directors and managers to get their certification. And I know that the numbers are growing each year. And I just, encourage them, give them that encouragement. And coming from myself as a first one to be certified, it's something that you feel. It's just, it's a great feeling, an accomplishment.
Canadian Foundation for Healthcare Improvement is the sponsor of our Excellence in Health Leadership Award for the 5th consecutive year. This award was designed to recognize those who have exhibited a sincere and long-term commitment, as well as leadership in First Nations health management in Canada. The recipient of this award has demonstrated advanced health management capacities in their community, demonstrated health leadership and health management expertise in their organization, demonstrated evidence of modeling her own continuous learning and capacity development, and supported continuous learning in her employees. She has also demonstrated ability to respond and anticipate needs in times of crisis that support health and well-being of the community. She has evidence of work and action dedicated to health system improvement and innovation, particularly during times of crisis, and demonstrated impact on the community during these difficult times. The nominees this year for this award were Eileen Bosno, Tina Howard, Misty Labois, I'm sorry, Misty Labillois, Randy Littlechild, Ernest Melton, also known as Elder Little Brown Bear, Bella Petawabano, Angela Recollet, and a group, the Youth Solvent Addiction Committee YSAC directors, who include Felicia Allingham, Willia Alphonse, Pam Charlong, Roxanne Kozak, Karen Main, Colleen Rutterham, and Vincent Simone. I must say that the decision to choose the recipient of this award was not an easy one for the committee. We recognize the responses that you are making every day and in this unprecedented time. So without any further delay, I turn this over to Jennifer Zellmer, the President and CEO of CFHI, to introduce this year's award recipient.
Thank you, Marion. I would like to acknowledge that I'm recording this message from unceded Algonquin Anishinaabe territory, where I'm grateful to live, work, and play. La Fondation canadienne pour l'amélioration des services de santé est ravie de s'unir pour une 5e année à l'Association des gestionnaires de santé des Premières Nations pour décerner ce prix. En fusionnant récemment avec l'Institut canadien pour la sécurité des patients, nous avons créé une organisation unique consacrée à la qualité et à la sécurité, dotée d'une plus grande capacité à améliorer les services de santé avec et pour le plus grand nombre partout au pays. Je suis impatiente de vous en dire plus dans les prochains mois et d'échanger avec les leaders en santé des Premières Nations pour fixer le cap de notre nouvelle organisation. We are proud to be guided by and work alongside Indigenous partners to co-develop solutions that improve the delivery of culturally appropriate and safe care. Partnerships, such as the one with FNHMA, are at the heart of our commitment to working with leaders to build on strengths, address health equity, and foster reconciliation. Le prix d'excellence en leadership dans le domaine de la santé récompense le travail exceptionnel du personnel de première ligne et des leaders qui se font les champions des services en santé chez les Premières Nations. Un travail vraiment plus important que jamais pendant la pandémie de COVID-19. La pandémie souligne à quel point sont nécessaires des leaders inspirants, faisant preuve de bonté et d'empathie et assurant la sécurité des soins pour celles et ceux qui en ont besoin. La récipiente de cette année en fait partie. FNHMA and CFHI congratulate Betta Petawabano, Chair of the Cree Board of Health and Social Services of James Bay, on being selected as the 2020 recipient of the CFHI FNHMA Excellence in Health Leadership Award. Let me tell you a little bit about Bella. She's devoted her life and work to First Nations health and social services, working on the front lines in public health as a community health worker and as a social worker. Grounded by Cree culture, the traditional knowledge passed down by Bella's family is evident in her everyday life. As a residential school survivor, cultural safety is paramount. Dans ses postes d'administration et de direction, elle est devenue une figure forte et respectée, militant pour l'amélioration des services de santé et des services sociaux dans la baie James, sa région natale. En tant que présidente du Conseil CRI de la santé et des services sociaux de la baie James, elle a contribué à la refonte de son modèle de gouvernance qui est devenu le modèle d'excellence des Premières Nations du Canada. She championed the agenda of legislative reform in Quebec with respect to recognizing Indigenous rights and self-governance and ensuring that communities understand what's at stake and have opportunities to have their voices heard in this ongoing legal reform process. When we consider leaderships in times of crisis, the theme of this year's award, Bella's strength of character becomes even more apparent. Depuis le début de la pandémie, Bella Petawabano est la principale porte-parole pour sa communauté. Elle a régulièrement relayé sur les ondes les messages de santé publique et les rappels de protocoles sanitaires en langue cri et a aidé les familles cri qui devaient se rendre dans le sud pour se faire soigner. She's also created strong alliances for effective coordination of care and services throughout the pandemic. Working side by side with the Cree leadership to protect and ensure the safety of the population and to ensure autonomy and self-governance for the Cree communities throughout James Bay. Dans une allocation récente adressée au personnel de la région de la baie James, elle a généreusement relaté son histoire et ses réflexions sur les pandémies précédentes, afin de trouver la résilience nécessaire pour traverser cette période difficile. Sa présentation vidéo sur les pandémies du passé reflète parfaitement son approche du leadership, pleine de compassion et d'empathie, autant pour les prestataires de soins que les usagers et les familles dans sa communauté. As noted by those who supported Bella's nomination, it is hard to imagine a greater example of dedication and leadership than what we saw during this time. Please join me in congratulating Bella on receiving this award.
Wajik, I am extremely honored to be receiving this 2020 Excellence in Health Leadership Award. Thank you so much for recognizing the work that I have done. Just a few words about myself. I am a residential school survivor. I am a wife and a mother to 3 lovely daughters and a grandmother to 3 boys and 3 girls. My career in health spans over 40 years, but I'm actually not that old. As I think about the path that has brought me here today, there are so many people whose contributions I want to acknowledge. Above all, I think of my parents, who were a testimony to the Cree way of life. I am the daughter of a skilled hunter and trapper, and of a woman who was a pillar of strength. It is their values that have guided me throughout my life. They would be so proud of me today. I also want to thank the Cree Board of Health, Board of Directors, and the great team for their strong leadership, their ongoing support, and their commitment. I am also grateful for the support of our Cree Nation government, which has contributed our journey of Indigenous nation building. We have gradually built the institutions, the practices, and the programs to address the needs of our people. Nowhere has this been more evident than in our response to the pandemic. We engaged our own experts in our own communities to develop an approach that fits our unique needs, instead of copying measures taken in the rest of Canada. This is what self-government looks like in practice. This is a legacy I am privileged to have inherited. As we extend this legacy to communities across the country, I'd like to thank the many people and organizations that are helping to lead the way in healthcare. First, I would like to congratulate the First Nations Health Managers Association on their 10-year anniversary, and thank you for your leadership in First Nations health management. I also want to thank the Canadian Foundation for Healthcare Improvement for offering this award in partnership with the First Nations Health Managers Association. I would like to extend congratulations to my fellow nominees who are outstanding leaders. I am also saluting the newly certified health managers that we are honoring today. If you have a vision and a passion, you will find your way and you will enjoy doing so. Finally, above all, I want to thank the frontline workers and everyone working for the well-being of our people during this pandemic. This is a defining moment for all of us. We are here to protect our most vulnerable people from this pandemic. And to do this, we have you, our strong and united workforce. Thank you, Mr. Miigwech.
Congratulations, Bella, on receiving this prestigious award and much deserved recognition. It is now time for the 2020 convocation of the Certified First Nations Health Managers. A Certified First Nations Health Manager is a highly skilled professional committed to personal career development, standards of ethical conduct, and First Nations health management. Certified First Nations Health Managers gain insight into the most advanced and up-to-date health management practices and health services issues facing our organizations. As valued members of the community and health decision teams, they work in a variety of pivotal positions. They are valued for their understanding of health management and services, as a source and interpreter of health information and matters, and they improve the decision-making process. Let's hear from certified members Wanda Henderson and Cheryl Gantafor on what this designation means to them.
My name is Wanda Henderson, and I am a Certified First Nations Health Manager. When you become a Certified First Nations Health Manager, you become specialized in the field you work in. First Nations Health Manager course imparts specialized knowledge and equips you with the skills specific with First Nations health. Having a certification will help me in my role as the Assistant Health Director and opens new avenues in the job market. My certification of becoming a Certified First Nation Health Manager will also benefit my community to help deliver a well-rounded approach to having a healthy community. Thank you.
The First Nations Health Managers course provided me with a deeper understanding of First Nations values, customs, and traditions, and the impacts of colonialism on First Nations life and health. Not only was the professional knowledge I gained important, but also my class colleagues and the network we developed has and will continue to help each of us going forward. Thanks so much for the course.
Thank you, Wanda and Cheryl. As you know by now, or if you are just joining us, we are asking today for your donations to ensure that healthcare workers across Turtle Island have sufficient PPE. Let's mask up, as Buffy St. Marie said earlier. Let's take a moment to check in and see how we are doing with donations. So I do see that there are a number of congratulations coming in from Certified First Nation Health Managers, and what a better time than to offer a virtual congratulations to new certified members, and of course to our award recipient, Bella Petawabano. You can offer a virtual bouquet of flowers, chocolates, hugs. Aw, we all need a hug these days. And since we can't give real hugs, why not offer virtual hugs? I'm a hugger and wish I could hug every single one of you. So click on the green button now at the top of your screen to donate. So I'm just checking in on that Give Butter page. We are getting close to a milestone, almost $10,000. I even changed, so let's raise those funds. Okay, enough banter. Let's take a moment for a few more shout outs from the res.
Hi, my name is Sarah Thomas and I'm from the Tsleil-Waututh Nation. I'd like to raise my hands giving thanks to all the healthcare workers who have been keeping us safe during this pandemic. Haichka, Osia.
To the healthcare workers, you truly are amazing. I know you are scared, others are mentally tired, some are forgetting to take care of themselves. But don't worry. Our higher power will take care of you. As for the citizens of this country, we thank you for those 12-hour shifts, 7 to 8 days straight. You truly are amazing frontline workers.
My name is Siama Witt. I'm from the Coast Salish territories of Sununamo First Nations. I'd like to say hi to all the healthcare workers who are working the front lines, and also a shout out to my friend Jean Nichols, who's working in Vancouver. OSCN.
Sego everyone, I'm Chief April Adams Phillips from the Mohawk Council of Akwesasne. I currently hold a health portfolio along with Chief Vanessa Adams and Chief Toby Mitchell. Today I'd like to give a big shout out to our healthcare workers on a job well done. I know the hours are long and tiring and we are working through trying and difficult times. Without you, we don't know where we'd be. Thank you so much. Also, I'd like to send out a congratulations out to our newly certified First Nations health managers. Great job, folks. Keep up the good work. Anna.
Bonjour, FNHMA. Dr. Devin S., Senior Pulse Analyst at Thunderbird Partnership Foundation, giving you a shout out, hoping you're having a wonderful virtual celebration. Miigwech.
Bonjour, Hani. Jody Anderson, Indigenous Cross, Kuchichin and Dojaba, Ottawa, Ninja, Miigwech, Akozi, Odanokik.
It is now a great honor for me to present our 2020 Certified First Nations Health Managers. Jackie Aluk, Nicole Baxter, Lori Belcourt, Bonnie Francis, Cheryl Gantafor, Aaron Greer, Wanda Henderson, Chris Janvier, Karen Camamere, Josephine Casey Wassamat, Lauren King, Chris Lidke, Ganahoe McComber, Mandy Olson, Faye Pettipiece, Jose Pruden, Jackie Rain, Ryan Sanderson, Judy Thomas, Paula Vangel, Mary Woodman, congratulations to each of you on achieving your certification. Now, I think it was you that just inspired a large donation that came in, and I want to say thank you to CareLink Advantage, who made a donation of $2,500. We just found out too that that donation was matched another $2,500 to the CARE program of NationTalk. Now, as we do every year at our in-person conference, I am so pleased to introduce an honor song to the new Certified First Nations Health Managers, and I would like to introduce Jeremy Dutcher, who will perform for us. Jeremy is a member of Tubique First Nation in New Brunswick, and he has worked in the archives of the Canadian Museum of History, painstakingly transcribing Wolof songs from 1907 wax cylinders. Jeremy says, "Many of the songs I'd never heard before because our musical tradition on the East Coast was suppressed." Jeremy is a performer, a composer, an activist. All these roles are infused into his art and way of life. His music also transcends boundaries, unapologetically playful in its incorporation of classical influences, full of reverence for the traditional songs of his home, and teeming with the urgency of modern-day struggles of resistance. Over to Jeremy for your honor song, graduates and award recipient.
Okay, I'm coming to you today from Chiboukuto in Mi'kmaq territory. And so the next song I want to share with you is an honor song that comes from the Mi'kmaq. That's not mine, that's not where I come from, but they're our neighbors. I come from the Lustuk, but the Mi'kmaq, they're our neighbors, and this is one of their songs. And I wanna sing it in this space to honor them.
That beautiful honor song for our graduates, our award recipient Bella Petawabano, and for our healthcare and frontline workers keeping our nation safe and well. Now we have a few congratulatory messages to share with our new graduates.
It is my honor to congratulate Jacqueline Rain from Treaty 6, Loretta Belcourt, Jackie Aluk, and Christopher Janvier from Treaty 8, who have completed the First Nations Health Manager certification. As CEO of Muscogee's Health Services, the sponsoring organization, in partnership with HCOM and FNHMA, we felt it was important to expand capacity in health management for First Nations. Again, my sincere congratulations on your well-deserved success.
Hi, my name is Tara Campbell. I'm the Executive Director at the Northern Intertribal Health Authority.
And I'm Colleen DeRocher. I am the Manager of the Community Service Unit.
On behalf of NITHA, we'd like to congratulate Ryan Sanderson and Karen Kemmemeyer on your achievement.
Your dedication and hard work has paid off, and you are now certified First Nation Health Managers. Best of luck on your future endeavors.
Thank you for acknowledging the effort by each individual to obtain their designation. Now, please welcome a message from BMO, Bank of Montreal, a new sponsor of FNHMA.
Buzu. Hello everyone, my name is James McKay and I'm Ojibwe from Batchewana First Nation. I am also a senior advisor at BMO Bank of Montreal, where we have a long-standing history of contributing to the economic self-sufficiency of Indigenous communities across Canada. Our commitment to these communities goes beyond building roads and schools, and we are dedicated to hiring Indigenous people and supporting their career growth at BMO. We are breaking down employment barriers through our recruitment initiatives in partnership with Indigenous educators from the community, as well as being certified 6 consecutive times for the Progressive Aboriginal Relations at the gold level. I would like to take this time to speak to our healthcare workers and frontline workers battling COVID that is spreading rapidly through our communities and the nation. They are putting themselves in the path of this virus all around the world. Our doctors, nurses, technicians, transporters, EMTs, pharmacists, everyone who supports patient care are rising to the occasion and caring for our most vulnerable communities. Thank you. Thank you for the sacrifices you make every day, and especially during this pandemic. Your dedication and commitment and courage deserve our deepest gratitude and admiration. Your service to patients is saving countless lives and making thousands of differences. With that said, I have the incredible pleasure of introducing Ovid McCready, former National Chief of the Assembly of First Nations he was appointed to lead the Anishinaabe-Aski Nation Community Health Transformation Team. The Anishinaabe-Aski Nation has embarked on a multi-year community health transformation initiatives aimed at addressing systemic health inequities. Ovad will be speaking after the First Nations Health Managers Association graduation ceremony, where he'll be congratulating the grads receiving their designations and then addressing the Anishinaabe-Aski Nation's transformation initiatives. Chimigwich.
My name is Ovid Mercredi. I am the lead negotiator for health transformation on behalf of Anishinaabe-Aski in Northern Ontario. I am here today to congratulate the graduates from the program operated by the First Nations Health Management Association of Canada. In particular, I am here to congratulate Paula Vangel, Faye Pettipiece, Nicole Baxter, and Lauren King. Health transformation is an important initiative that requires our people to take over health jurisdiction in all our communities. And it's also necessary to train our own people and those who work with us to be able to have the kind of capacity we need to improve the health conditions of our communities and address the issues facing our people, the health issues confronting individuals like diabetes, respiratory problems, to name a few, including heart disease, and of course to deal with mental health issues and in particular to address ways and means of combating problems like suicides and also drug addiction in our communities. The First Nations Health Management Association has a curriculum which I believe is very relevant to the work that we're doing for health transformation for Anishinaabe-Aski. And this year, or the past year, we entered a partnership with them and we co-developed a curriculum that was adapted to the situation facing First Nations in Nan. And the first group of graduates are the ones that I just mentioned. And I want to congratulate the First Nations Health Management Association for having the foresight, as well as the leadership, to establish a program of this kind available to First Nations across the country. It is visionary and it is also relevant. However, for the NAN students, I'm very proud to say that 4 of those who entered the courses for the past year have graduated, and they've learned new skills in terms of assessing problems, but also skills in relation to how to lead change and how to manage organizations that are trying to help our people. So all this will become quite important in the future as more and more of our people become educated and trained in this way. Our people will rise up from the conditions that keep us down right now, but also it will give self-rule back to us. In other words, we will be running under our jurisdiction all the health services and programs that are currently operated in our communities based on some government policy, whether it's federal or provincial government policy. We have to move towards self-rule, the idea of self-determination, and the First Nations Health Management Association is part of this change, this new vision for lifting up our people through education, training, and leadership. So thank you very much to the First Nations Management Association, and congratulations to the graduates across the country, and in particular to the graduates from the NAN organization. Thank you again.
Thank you, Ovid, for your kind words, your leadership, and your commitment. And thank you, Kona and James at BMO. Congratulations, everyone. And thank you again to our sponsors for your support and your time. To you, our frontline and health workers, we thank you, not just for your efforts during this unprecedented time, but for being heroes every day, for showing up for us in our most needed hours, and for being the compassionate, committed, and dedicated people that you are. In Indigenous health, you are stewards of safety, of quality, and you put the care back into caregiver. It was our collective wish to let you know that you matter. You are appreciated, and we care about you for all that you do. Continue to keep us and yourselves well. We salute you and we hold you up. We hope you felt the love being sent back to you today and every day. Hi, hi. Now, over to Elder Pat Green for our closing prayer and comments.
Well, back again. I hope you enjoyed that whole thing. I was intrigued all the way through it, and I got to watch pieces out of it, and it was, to me, it's inspiring of who we are as Aboriginal people, how we take care of each other and how we nurture each other through these kinds of things. Remind each other that we have gone through pandemic, we have gone through a lot of things, and we are still here because our spirits are so strong. I want to close this out by reminding you of the things that we carry as an individual. This my uncle gave me a song in the sweat lodge, and he said when he got this song, the old man that gave him the song said, when you're born, you're given 4 fires. And as you make your way out in this world and you start being abused and you start abusing yourself, 3 of those fires will leave you. And one goes off into the bush, one goes off into the grasslands, and one goes off into the mountains. But one stays no matter how bad we get treated. And it can get down to be a cinder, just a smoldering cinder, but it stays. So when we're going into ceremonies and we're coming back to our ways, we're asking those fires to consider coming back, because we're making that commitment to make this a safe place for you to be. And as we sing this song, our minds go above the sweat lodge and above the ceremonies, and there's 3 fires floating around, and they watch us. They're watching for that commitment. And I've seen some people crawl out of that sweat lodge, and you can see right away it's back. But then there's myself and other people like myself. We've done so much damage to ourselves that we have to keep coming back, ceremony after ceremony after ceremony. And it's a lifelong journey. But this is asking those 3 fires to come back. Wait, hi-yo, hi-yo, wait, hi-yo, hi-yo, wait, hi-yo, hi-yo, wait, hi-yo, 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 wait, hi-yo, hi-yo. So again, I want to thank you for all the work that you're doing out there. I want to thank you for all the sacrifices that you're making to make our people feel more comfortable in this really trying time. And you know, when those things are working back in balance, our bodies, our minds, our spirits, and our emotions, it adds to the potential of our healthiness. It adds to the potential of getting past this this pandemic. And we need each other. We need you. And as well to the, I guess, the essential workers out there, I want to say thank you. We are all doing what we can do, and all I can say is, you know, God bless you. I mean, we all speak that language. You know, our teachings are about acknowledging each other's spirit. So I want to acknowledge your spirit. I want to help you uplift your spirit so that all those other things can fall back into place. So thank you very much, and let's continue this journey. And the only way is up, and we can do it. Thank you.